All right, Facebook Live. It is Sunday night. Tonight is the last day of January. January's over. Now tomorrow we begin day one on February. Tomorrow I'm launching February Edge 100. That means I'll have a group of men follow me for 100 days to get the edge back. So what am I doing tonight? I'm preparing for war. I'm getting ready to kick ass this week, because unless you're prepared to go to war, you will die. Unless you're prepared to go to war this week, you will die. So I want to give a shout out to a couple of people that are watching me. Catherine, how you doing? Post underneath here, where are you from? Where are you watching this from? Because I want to gauge to see where the audience is. I want to see where you're watching this video from. Again, this is a live video feed. Ignacio, what's going on, brother? So the question is, what are you doing to prepare for the week? What are you doing to prepare to kick ass this week? What are you doing to make sure you don't die in the battlefield this week? Canada. Shout out to Canada. Musa, what's going on, brother? Thank you for the video today. That was a badass video that you produced for me. What's going on, Eric? Comment below where you're watching this video from. I want to continue to bring you these live videos at least twice or 3 times a week to make sure I give you content of how I do what I do. Hey Scott, what's going on, brother? Australia, shit, you're in the future right now. You're ready on Monday. Love it. I have some Australia friends, some friends from Australia, and they're always constantly telling me that they're living in the future. Right, so comment below, what do you do on Sunday nights to prepare yourself for the week? What do you do to get yourself ready for the week? Because I want to spend some time right now and tell you what my ritual is Sunday night, what I do every Sunday night, what I do to make sure that I kick ass every single week. Long Branch, New Jersey, East Coast, brother, East Coast, Alaska, shit, must be cold over there. Anthony, what's going on, brother? I know you're from Chicago. So here's a couple things that I do on Sunday. See, my Monday already begins Friday. Like, I don't wait until Sunday to set my Monday. Like, my Monday, I think I shared with you a couple of videos ago, that my Monday begins Friday. Like, Friday, I'm already working to make sure that my Monday is set. So meetings, already coaching calls, client calls, they're already set for Monday. So my Monday is done. Sunday, I'm preparing for the end of the week. So Sunday, I'm preparing the war of the battle. Like Wednesday, Thursday. Like, what am I doing right now is I'm making sure that everything that I have for the week is going to get done. And the critical thing is I select 4 things. That's it. 4 things that go into one outcome. What is that one outcome that I'm going to be focusing in this week? What is the one thing that I want to accomplish this week? Because if you have 100 different things, you're not going to get it. Like what I used to do before, I used to have a list of to-do list every single week, and it was overwhelming, and I didn't get shit done. Now I focus on what is the one thing in marketing? What is the one thing in sales? What is the one thing in systems? And is the one thing in delivering my product? So one thing in those 4 areas: sales, marketing, systems, and delivering. Again, sales, marketing, systems, and delivering. See, right now I'm focusing on delivering content for tomorrow's event, for tomorrow's webinar. Tomorrow I have 2 back-to-back webinars because I'm already training the Edge 100 for the guys that started in January. So I already have guys coming in from January. Now I'm training the guys from February. So I'm giving them massive content. So I want to make sure that I protect my energy. So on Sunday, the number 1 question is, what can I stop doing that takes energy away from me? What is the things that I could stop doing that takes energy away from me? Now, one of the things that I did is I killed one of my private groups because it was leaking a lot of energy. So what I did is I segmented my private group and I just focus on my clients that are currently right now working with me. So instead of leaking energy, sometimes we have unfinished projects that we haven't finished and they're leaking the energy. Like it's in the back of your head and you're constantly worrying about unfinished projects. So whatever projects you haven't finished, you could kill it. Find out today, what can I kill that could protect my energy so I could just focus on the one thing that I need to do this week. Texas, Arturo from Texas, badass. Musa from New York, badass, guys. So comment below, what are some of the rituals that you have that could guarantee that you kick ass this week? What are some of the things that you do? So one of the things that I do is I involve my woman. I involve my wife in my planning. So Sunday nights is usually when we actually have a sit down, 45 minutes to an hour when we go over our schedules. We go over the things that we need to do. I want to protect the empire. And if she's pissed, if I don't give her enough time, I'm going to have a problem. Because nothing is more important for me in my life than to make sure that I take care of my family, take care of my kids, I take care of my queen. You see, she's coming here. She's coming over here to make sure I'm saying good things about her. So the number one thing, if you learn anything from this video, is make sure you take care of your woman. Your woman should be number one list, the number one player in your kingdom. So if you're not creating quality time for your woman, then what does it matter? What does it matter that you win the battle when you lost the war? What does it matter that you actually made money and you kicked ass when you go home and you have a woman that's pissed? What does it matter that you could impact the people, you come home and you can even impact your family, your wife? So what are some of the things, babe, that you do?
So beautiful. I had to come in here because he's talking about how you're setting up for the week. And I think one of the inputs that I could say for when you're a couple, a powerful couple, Raul could be going 100 miles. And I know, like, for us, when we sit down, like he was saying, like during Sundays, I want to make sure that we have our time in the week. So it's up to me to set up the schedule for both of us. Okay, you're going 100 miles, but on Thursday, what are we going to do? On Friday, here's the thing for the kids. I need some time from you, some input in the calls that I need to make. So I think it's just super important for you as a couple to make the time to sit down. And for me, I don't even ask him. I just, go into his schedule and I put it in. He could decline it or he could accept it, but it's up to me to put it in the schedule. Right?
I tell my wife all the time, if it's not in my schedule, she tells me to do something, but if it's not in my schedule, I'm not gonna pay attention to it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like we've learned how to communicate with each other that is direct.
Yeah.
Like when a man says yes or no, it means yes or no. When a woman says yes or no, it means like
there's a whole story.
There's a whole story behind it, and she could change her mind. Yeah. So another thing that you could probably talk about is how to be direct with your husband. Like one of the things that don't be around the bush. Don't try to tell your husband something in code. Just tell him if you wanna have lunch with him, just tell him, can we have lunch? Don't ask him, would you like to have lunch, honey?
Are you hungry?
Are you hungry? Are you feeling like, no, just be direct.
But then it's from knowing what you want. And that's like creating my week. I think it also, what I tell Raul, like we honor each other's time. And there's a lot of activities that I do without him that I let you know and I include you. And I think the week flows so much better for the two of us, right? Like honoring our time and honoring what I want to do other than just working and being with him. So
here's I'll translate that into guy's language, okay?
Okay, fine, go ahead.
That means, for a guy, what this means is, do you. Like, don't try to bend yourself because you want to. Do you. Take care of you. Feed the king. And the woman will take care of herself as well. She'll feed the queen because once she's fed, once she actually honors herself and the man honors himself, then you have two people that are whole, that are coming together.
Yes.
Like not two needy people. Like, I need you to be with me. She doesn't need, like, no, we are united, but she feeds the queen, I feed the king, and together we become one.
That's right.
So from a man's perspective, like, stop being needy or try to please your woman because she doesn't want to be with a pleaser. She wants to be pleased. And that takes a lot of balls for you to honor yourself. Say, you know what? I need to go to the gym today. Like, I can't do this. I need to go to the gym. I need to take care of myself. I need to meditate. I need to do the shit that I want to do, because if I don't take care of myself, then how can I take care of my queen? How can I take care of my family? How can I take care of business and my clients if I don't take care of myself?
Right. And it's vice versa. I think it works the same way for women. Like, we try to do so many things for our husbands because they're like the big babies of the house. But at the same time, you got to take care of yourself first. Like we always say, you know, if you're not loving yourself, there is no way that you could give that much more love to the person that you're with.
I'll tell you right now, there's nothing more attractive to a man than a woman that owns herself and she's confident and she doesn't need when Vivian and I were going through the tunnel together, like the polarity wasn't there because we needed too much of each other. Like I needed her and she needed me, and both of us were trying to be one together. We were not even whole. So the moment that everything changed, when I started taking care of myself, she started taking care of herself, and then we became a power couple as opposed to just two half people doing 50% and the other one doing 50%. We'll expect 100%. No, you give 100% of you, she'll give 100% of her, and then you will have beyond what 100% is.
Yeah. And then what we always say too is when he forgets, I am there to remind him. And when I forget or when I am feeling down on myself or whatever it is that, you know, women, we go through a lot more than I think men do. He's there to remind me in a loving way, you know, not like a judgmental pointing the finger type of way, but it's like, okay, Vivian, how can I serve you? I see that you need me a little bit more than you think.
It comes down to like paying attention, being present.
Yeah.
We were just talking to the guys last week that came to the event. It's like the power of presence.
Oh yeah, that's powerful.
Like the power of presence, just being present with your women, being present with your clients, being present in your business. I think that's we constantly living in this technology that we lack the presence, especially for men. We lack the presence.
Yeah.
So once you learn how to be present, be in the now, and be able to feel your woman, have her feel you. Make her feel you, not just have a conversation. Make her feel you, and it could be just with one look. It could be with just one gesture, and she understands the centeredness. You have to be centered. You have to feel strong. You have to be able to let her feel you in a way that she knows that you're ready to go to war. So the certainty that comes from man is actually this: preparing for war. Like my certainty comes from my woman knowing that I'm willing to go to war for her. Like this is not a game for me. I'm not going to expand my empire because I want to just take everything from me. This is what I'm building for the family. So my certainty comes from my woman understanding that this is what I'm doing for the both of us. But if she's complaining and nagging and constantly, you know, saying, "Oh, you don't pay attention to me," like that's energy that's leaking from me, and then in my subconscious mind, it's gonna be like, "Shit, I'm an asshole. Like I shouldn't be working." Or I shouldn't be doing this. But the reality is because I haven't been able to be present with her enough that I'm feeding her that energy that she needs, and she's not receiving that from me. And that's the lack of presence.
And then also just very quickly, I think what you could do, what you do for me, I should say, on a daily basis is just, you know, small little things like just eye gazing. Because I know like the whole day I may not be able to see him, or we're constantly both of us on calls or doing something, but the moment that we stop, it's like he looks at me, and it's that look, it's that kiss that means so much more than just like a little peck or whatever it was. Like right now we're doing this challenge that there's no more pecks, pecks.
7-second kiss.
7 seconds.
So
7 seconds. And it makes such a difference. And I know, like,
and I had to train myself because I'm usually just here by, you know, you give her a kiss, but now it's like 7 seconds. I have to train. And then I have to like, okay, do I want to spend the 7 seconds? No. I want to spend 7 seconds because I have to jump into the call, I have to do something. So now I'm more conscious about what I do. As opposed to just reacting.
Yes.
And that just goes like with some of the clients that I have. You guys know the rule: show and tell every day. Show and tell.
And then it's kind of like, okay, I'm done. I fed her. I loved her. I gave her what she needed at that moment.
Which is attention.
And then you could do whatever else, right? You feel like you could do you.
And that's when, like, once I feed her the attention, once I show her appreciation, once I tell her that I love her, once she's complete, she's done, then I could go and do what I need to do.
And me too.
And there's no need. There's not a needy energy behind it.
That's right.
And then we're constantly fulfilling each other's cup to the point that now it's okay. I need to be focused on the business. I need to be focused on the battle. I need to be focused on making sure that my clients are on track. And my wife is not somebody that's pulling me down. So one thing that you could do right now on Sunday is create a plan of how that you could serve your woman. What's the plan that you could actually show your woman appreciation, show her that you love her, tell her you love her, so that way you could level up in your business? Because I tell you right now, for most of you, so most men right now, the biggest problem that you have is that you're not feeding your queen. You're not being present with your queen, and you think that right now the business is going to bring you certainty. Nothing brings you more certainty than having the alignment with your queen. Like I've turned businesses around for my clients once we get that structure with the queen right. Like I have clients telling me constantly, Raul, I'm making more money than ever because now I was able to align with my wife. And as crazy as it sounds, that's a huge amount of energy that's leaking from you when you don't have that alignment.
And then women just have to be honest. And I always tell them, your soul knows what you want. And it's just, I mean, it's easier said than done. But if you speak from your soul and you tell your husband what it is that you need, I think you'll be in complete alignment. And it makes that battle so much more simpler than trying to guess.
I see. And one of the things that I feel that's lacking right now with a lot of guys who have a lot of uncertainty is just the uncertainty of knowing if I get a lot of messages from guys saying, is it worth it for me to go to war for my woman if my woman doesn't appreciate me? Like, is it worth it for me to tell her all these things that she treats me like shit? And my answer is like, asshole, you've been an asshole for fucking years. Yeah. And all of a sudden now you turn around and you realize that you have this wonderful woman and now you want to be this nice guy, or you want to bring in love, and all of a sudden you think that she's going to open her arms. Like, brother, it takes years sometimes for you to heal the wound of hurt that you've created for her. And if she's not worth fighting for, if she's not worth dying for, then get the fuck out of the relationship. Like that's my answer to this. If you're not willing to die for your woman every single day, then you don't deserve her. If you're not willing to die for her every single day, you don't deserve your woman. I need to fucking take this as serious as it is. You think that going to business, a war, is going to fulfill you. If you're not willing to go to war for your woman, if you're not willing to go to war for her, your business is never going to go to the next level. You will attain success, but you'll be empty at the end. And like that is as serious as it gets. I just had a conversation with a client of mine last week and I said, do you love your woman enough to die for her? And he hesitated. I said, motherfucker, you know what to do. You know what to do. If your answer can't be like, yes, I'm willing to die for this woman, then get the fuck out of the relationship. Because you need to create that space for her, that she needs to be with a man that's willing to die for her. And if you're not that guy, you need to clean that space so she could find that guy.
Or work at the relationship to feel that.
Or ask yourself, what do I need to do in order for me to die for this woman? So that was the next text that I sent him. I said, what needs to happen in order for you to feel every single day that you're willing to die for this woman? What needs to happen for you to feel that emotion that says, I will go to war, I will go to hell for this woman if I have to? Yeah. Like, what has to happen in order for you to feel that? And do that. And do that. Work on that. Because the biggest problem is not her. Like, I know, like, you know, we fuck around, we talk about, like, yes, if my woman would be this, if, like, no, the biggest problem is that you probably haven't showed her the real you. Like, you haven't showed her the real you. You're showing her parts of you, but you haven't showed her the real you. Part of it because you're afraid that she will reject you. You're afraid that she'll probably be turned off by the real you. And you know what I'm talking about, the real you that has that vulnerable side, that pain. Like most of us, like we just hide and we mask. And like, even though we've been married for 17 years, just the last, I'll say 3 years that we've been able to take off this fucking mask. I'm like, who the fuck we become? Like shit, we're going in a rant in a whole different direction right now, but I just feel like a lot of you guys need to hear that. Need to hear the seriousness of this. Like we talk about going to war for our business. Fuck, we need to go to war for a woman.
Oh, thank you.
And maybe that's the energy that she's giving me. Like she's giving me the energy of going to war. But if you don't take this shit as serious, guys, if you don't take this side of your relationship as serious as this, business is easy. Business is a fucking piece of cake. I love business. Relationship with your woman and being able to go to war for her every single day, that's the real battle. That's the real war. But that's the fulfillment. That's when you know what you're made of. That's when you know that what life is about. So take your time today, and we've gone on a rant in a complete different direction. But just ask yourself the question, what needs to happen? If you're in a relationship right now, what needs to happen for you to go to war for your woman and for you to be able to say, I will die for her. I will die for her.
Or I will die for him.
And for you, for a woman, the same thing. Like, what needs to happen for you to feel like your man will die for you?
Yeah.
Like, what needs to happen? What do you need to do in order for your man to say, like, I will fucking die for you?
Yes.
So at the end of the day, love is war. Love is a battle. Business is easy. I always say that. Business is fucking easy. Loving a woman and being able to show her all of you and have her open up to you and show herself all of you to you, that is the real war. All right, guys, so learn it, live it, experience it.
Love
life.